What's up, Prime Nation? So who do you think would win a court case where a seller sued a real estate agent because they undervalued their property in an opinion of value? Well, this is the case that we're actually reviewing today. It was posted in Real Estate Magazine, one of the very best real estate magazines in all of North America, one that yours truly is actually an op-ed writer for. And this article talks about a lady that had 6 parcels of farmland, and she contacted her real estate agent to get an opinion of value on what they were worth because they were going through a separation. Now, when the agent got the call, they did the right thing and they actually explained that an opinion of value is very different than a formal appraiser. His opinion of value costs about $300, where a formal appraisal for something like that could be in the tune of around $3,000. And although she understood, she still elected to use the opinion of value to ascertain the value of her properties. Now, the agent came up with an opinion of value of about $1.4 million. When it actually had to go to court, they ordered a formal appraisal. They brought in somebody that's what they do, that's their job, and they came in with an appraiser closer to $1.8 million. So you're talking $400,000 difference. And this is where the grievance was from the seller side. But the court actually sat down and said, it was explained to you that an opinion of value is very different in appraisal. In this case, you kind of got what you paid for. Now, as a licensed real estate agent, I get called all the time to do opinions of value for people in all kinds of different circumstances. And I give them the exact same advice. Now, appraisers a lot of times are basing it on historical data, what has been proven. Now, let me explain to you a couple key differences between how an agent comes up with an opinion of value and say how an appraiser does their valuation. Now, an appraiser is going to use 3 methodologies. They're going to use the cost approach, is what would it cost to actually buy the land and rebuild that asset. They're going to look at market value, so they're going to look at comps. Typically, they're going to want the most recent comparables as close to the subject property as possible. They will have to make adjustments depending on what if there are no comps, how far back are they willing to go. A lot of intricacies with how they do that market valuation. And the third is going to be the income approach. Typically with investment and income properties, they're going to look at how much income is that property generating. Here's a little hack for you. Commercial properties operate with cap rates, which would be your net income divided by purchase price will give you a capitalization rate, which could typically be in the 4 to 6 range. Investors always want 7, sellers always want 4. That's a video for another day. But if you're dealing with residential properties and you're trying to use cap rate calculations, residential appraisers rarely actually use cap rate calculations. They'll use things like gross income multipliers, but I digress. I'm going down a bit of a wormhole. What about real estate agents? Well, when I'm formulating an opinion of value, I'm looking at more than just the historical data. I will use the income, I'll use the market value, I'll use the cost approach. I have my own proprietary methodologies that I use to price properties that go far beyond those. But I'm also looking at what is future value of the property? What would the right buyer be willing to pay? And a lot of times when I'm talking to sellers, I'm telling them, here is your backflip price. There may be someone out there that's looking for that developable piece of land. They have an endless bank account and they're willing to pay well over the appraised or market value because they don't need financing and they're all cash buyers and they can extract so much more value out of that property than your typical buyer. But a lot of times I am giving them values that are very close or within range of those appraisers. Now, huge asterisks on this. Not all appraisers and not all real estate agents are created equal. I have seen terrible appraisers and terrible real estate agents and great appraisers and great real estate agents, which is the most important thing you need to realize. If you're looking for an agent or you're looking for a service provider anywhere in North America, please reach out to somebody like myself first and make sure you're getting somebody that is vetted. We have an incredible referral network for a reason. I have seen people leave hundreds of thousands of dollars on the table or end up in very sticky legal situations because they didn't use the right people. I'm not a doctor or a lawyer or an environmental auditor, nor do I play one on TV. So why would I want to hire somebody that's subpar? But I guess at the end of the day, you want to make sure that you're educated in whatever transaction type you are dealing with and don't always go with the cheapest option because as you can tell by this article, sometimes the cheapest option might end up costing you the most money.